Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I thought we would use up my scraps that I have left over from the multiple fall kits that I used from the Junk Journal Studio. I do have a 40% off coupon that you can use that's good until September 10th. I will link that coupon code in the description box. The Junk Journal Studio is on Etsy and you'll enter the coupon code when you check out. So also Seven Plaza and Crafty by Tony, both on YouTube, are having scrap timber. So I thought hashtag scrap timber. And Poochie Tats also on YouTube is having tag timber. So we are going to use up our scraps, make a tag, make several tags with our leftover scraps from the Junk Journal Studio. So the supplies I'm using today are some Barely Arts glue. I do have some Fabri-Tac, have a crocodile in case we use that, some leftover, these are scraps from Tim Holt's orange palette kit. These are, I don't know, from Michael's, these little wood leaves I've had in my stash forever. And I've got several fussy cuts from the kits left over. And then I have some tags that I didn't use in the kit. There's quite a bit in these, the Fall Bounty kits, the Mega Pack kits. So I thought we'd use those. This is actually cardboard that comes, like when you place an order from a scrapbook store and they put the piece of cardboard in there to make sure everything stays flat. So that was just some cardboard that I cut out in like tag shapes. And then these are from like a file folder, manila file folder. And then I cut these out are from Kit 2 in the Junk Journal Studios Fall Bounty. And I cut out some larger tags because as you can see, I layered one tag on top of the other tag to use up the space. So I have those. I have some little scraps. I actually, on this page in one of the kits, I cut out some of these pumpkins. So like these are like a pumpkin that was like along the edge of the paper. Like here, you could cut these out and then just put it along an edge to layer up your tags. So there's some scraps there. And then this is just a few of my leftover pieces. I have quite a bit more, but I thought we could get started with these. I just wanted to show you on this tag. I had printed this page 3 times, and it has a larger tag that looks exactly like this with the deer, and then the smaller tag. And I had actually cut it out 3 times because I had printed it for some reason 3 times. And I didn't want to waste it, so I just layered it up with foam in between. Can you see that? Just to add some dimension to my tag. So let me set that aside. I also have some distressed ink, oxide ink, gathered twigs and carved pumpkin, and of course some scissors. So let's take one of these backgrounds here, and I wanted to collage. Now, you don't have to make a plan when you're collaging. A lot of times it's like just fun to just grab whatever you have and collage it. But I wanted to use all these stamps. I thought it would be fun to do all the, to collage with the whole thing down. You can leave some of it sticking over the edge because we're going to cut off the edge of these stamps. And I think I'll use all the different sizes in here. I love this collage look. I don't know, every time I see a page in a digital or even a scrapbook paper pad that has that's collaged. I love it. I love how it looks. On this tag, I used all these, the tickets. There were a bunch of tickets and then some of these other tags. Oh, a turkey and a turkey. I just, okay, that's okay. All right, and so once we have them all collaged together, we're just going to flip it to the back and just trim off the excess. And actually these pieces that you cut off on the excess, depending on how much is left, you can use those scraps too. Like the ones for the tickets, there were pieces that, like for example, like this was one that was hanging over the edge that I cut off, but you could totally use that again. So don't throw your scraps away. So some of these, yeah, they can be thrown away. Other ones, maybe not. Okay. So, oh, looks like I've got a little bit of the edge, some of the brown, I think we can still see. Let's see. Which I don't necessarily mind so much because it is a fall theme. But you could go in here and just kind of ink up some of those edges or in between a little bit. I think I'm going to put this, since I used the rest of my stamps, I'm going to put this part of this ticket along here. And then I'm going to take some Collage Medium. I just like how this looks. Now you don't have to do this. You can leave it like it is. But I think this just is like kind of a neat look. And I'm just using my finger so that I don't have like the brush marks from a paintbrush. And I'm just going to apply some over the top. I like how it looks. I think it looks neat. Wet wipe and clean off my fingers here. Then I'm gonna end up taking one of these larger tags to put in the background. That looks good. Looks good too. I think I like this basket, kind of this basket weave one. I don't know, that one or this one. Maybe this one. Okay, so I'm actually gonna glue these two together just to make it a little more sturdy. So let me put some glue along here. Now I could have cut out a larger tag with like a manila folder or you know, that cardboard background piece, but I wanted to use the paper, so I'm just going to cut these edges because I line these up a little bit better. This is still wet, but that's okay. I can still, I think that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and glue it down. Okay, and I'm going to set this aside to dry a little bit before I start handling it, because I am going to put something on top of that. So let me set that aside and let's work on the next one. We'll use a manila folder tag for the next one. And I think I'm going to use, there's a lot of these little, I don't know if you call them like journal cards or tea cards in the kit. So let's just collage these on here and let's be random about it. Let's see. Sometimes it's fun to just like not really have a plan of where you're going to put everything and then just see how it turns out. Of course, this little guy, these little kids, I'm going to put this whole tag on here because I just think it's so cute. And again, these were just like left over from my journal that I made. And this darling squirrel, just love the squirrel. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this carved pumpkin too. Along with the gathered twigs. I just like how it looks. So let's see. I think if we stick him maybe right here, put part of this on here. And cover up a little bit of this edge on the squirrel here. And bird, there's owl. I try to get these organized and like stack them, like the numbers together, the letters together. But as I start crafting, they just end up in a big mess. I think it's just part of the creative process. Somewhere I heard a long, long time ago that like the messy clutter is a sign of creativity. So I'm believing that. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. How about this? Put this upside down. Cut off the back excess. This tag. I left my good scissors in the other room, so have that looser spring is just a lot easier on my hands. Look, how cute. Here's my scraps. And let me take some of this Collage medium again and just apply it a little bit. I'm trying to just do a little bit, not too much. You don't need a lot. Just add something to it. I watched a Tim Holtz live on Simon Says Stamps. He had like a Christmas, they had like a Christmas kit they sent out, and learned all his secrets and some of his maker's secrets. And this was one thing that they did, and I thought, oh, that looks so neat. So I thought I would apply that to my fall. And okay, so the background, I've got a couple backgrounds here. Let's see, we've got this one. Oh, there's still more. I think that's too bright. I've got this one, I think that one. I think this one. Yeah, so it always seems when I have leftover scraps from digitals and leftover scraps from scrapbook paper pads. Down. Okay. Yeah, let's just ink a little bit around these edges here. I think this was a neat, like, basket weave look that's in a paper that the Junk Journal Studio has in one of the fall kits. Oops. Let's glue this on. End up touching that. Okay, let's let that dry. And then let's make, I want to use some of these scraps and make a smaller tag. So let's make a smaller one. That's not on a large one. So the other thing you can do is, you know, take all these leftover scraps that you have that you cut out and just, you know, just tear them and collage them. Now you do have to ink up where you've torn the paper. Let's see, I want to do this side. Top. There's another one. Pretty oranges in these kits. I love them. And you can just be random about tearing them or where you tear them. I'm trying to not get glue over the edge. And I hope I'm staying in better frame today. And then sometimes, like what I do, like I put this light color orange here, so I will put it down in another part of the project just to bring a little cohesion and draw your eye to the color. this in the corner. And then here's another lighter colored orange. I do want to add some of this carved pumpkin in here. So I'm sorry my tutorials are, I'm trying to get them shorter, but you know, of course I'm new at YouTube, so, and I am a slow crafter. Creativity takes time for me. So, what about you? Are you a fast crafter? Are you a slow crafter? Oh, let's see, let's put it on this side. Okay, and we've got, well, let's put some text in there. I love papers with the text writing on it too. Yeah, so if I can have text, something decorative like a flower or pumpkins and a pattern, and then some text added in, I think it just looks really, really cool. That over the edge. And let's the torn edge look is pretty cool, I think. I do have a Tim Holtz paper trimmer that kind of cuts like a jagged edge too. And then, you know, some people use like a ruler and they tear their paper that way. That looks really cool too. That's big enough. All right, let's cut the back off of this. Okay, let's move these all out of the way. I do want to take these little tags that I didn't use. There's a couple of them in here. I do like this scrap too. Let's put that scrap on the back. I was going to use it in my journal and I don't know, for some reason it didn't work, and so I saved it because I just liked it. I liked the pumpkins and background text I thought was pretty. Okay, there's those little tags. Here's another one. I love this Hoot for Owl coffee. That's so cute. I think it's cute. Okay. But see, now I'm like, I don't want to cover that mushroom up. I don't want to cover the mushroom up. Look at that squirrel. Maybe we can tear this. Tear more. I like all the animals. in these kits. They're cute. Okay. I need to add some collage medium to this one too, since I did to the other ones. I'll just try to be a little bit consistent in what I'm doing. Now these tags you can add to like your junk journal. You can actually make a journal out of the tags that are, you know, like tag shaped. And then I've also just like added, you know, the little hole in the top and just made like a little flip tag and put like maybe some false sayings on it. Wipe my fingers off. Let's set this aside to dry and bring this one back in. And let's add something to the front of this one. Let's see. I've got pumpkins. I've got some leaves. Corn. These pretty butterflies. But we need like a focal point. I wanted to do something with these little squirrels. I want to layer these squirrels up. Let's see, I think I printed these a couple times, so 2. Here's the little one. And the medium size. Okay. So let's ink around the edges of this a little bit. And I'm going to take some foam tape. There's foam squares here. And add some dimension to this little guy. Sorry for my gluey, messy fingers. Collage medium is messy. I mean, I suppose that's why most of us want to use a brush, not our finger. Either that or use it and then get up and wash it off. My beautiful mother reminded me why another reason I put glue on the back of these the foam tape is it gives you like a little bit of wiggle room if you glue it down wrong or you need a little more space. I mean, not space, but if you just, you know, need to move it. So I'm also going to pop this up because I didn't print this. Well, I must have printed it 3 times because I have 3 of the little squirrels. Gosh, I have 4 of the little squirrels. Okay. Or is this a chipmunk? Maybe this is a chipmunk. I think it looks more like a chipmunk. I don't know. It's cute. Okay, so I'm not going to take these off yet because I just kind of want to create my scene. Paper came up there. And let's take these little squirrels out. So these are actually on a each of these are on a pocket in the kit, and so I just cut out around them because I thought that would be cute for this blessed autumn days. maybe some little pumpkins. So like this was on that pumpkin page that I cut out. I cut out the pumpkin. I think we need a bigger pumpkin. This was too. Put some little pumpkins behind him. Sorry, my fingers. There's a lighter pumpkin. Put that back there. And how about a leaf? When you watch people, when you guys watch tutorials of people doing this, like, oh, where do I put it? Do I put it here? Do you find yourself going, no, down to the right, down to the left? I do. Oh, sunflower. I don't think I want the sunflower, though. A lighter leaf. And then maybe a butterfly popping up right here. That'd be cute. This little pumpkin has foam tape on it already. Maybe that sentiment doesn't work. Maybe we need something like this. October. Maybe a label behind it. There's lots of numbers in this kit too. Gather, grateful. I like this, happy, thankful, blessed. I think I'm gonna pop this up and I'm gonna use some of this foam tape I got for free from scrapbook.com and one of my orders. Very sticky. Okay. Let's put our pumpkins down. I feel like the pumpkins need to be popped up too. Now, of course, if you're putting this in a journal, and you add all this foam tape, you're gonna have a chunky journal, which I like. Okay, so some of these I'm gonna leave this one flat. I mean, generally, I guess the rule is, you know, you want to put things in odd numbers, like 3s, or I'm kind of going overboard here, I think, but it's okay. Let's see. Kind of lost where I was going to put my squirrel. I'm going to put him here, but I popped that up so much that we can fix it. This guy needs to be up a little bit higher. So we'll just take some of this foam tape and add a little more height to that. That should work. Let's get something. I think I've got some Collage medium on this guy. It's a little bit. I don't know, guys, maybe the squirrel needs to go on a different one. I'm just not. I think it's the sentiment's too big. Something's throwing me off. Add a little leaf. Yeah, I think this is too big now, unless we put it up here. But I think it's getting busy. It's getting busy. I think maybe we need just something down here. October. Let's do that. Take another piece of scrap here. I think it was going to rain here earlier because it feels humid to me. It's very dry where I live, but maybe we'll just pop that up a little bit. And there was a butterfly I wanted to add. Nope. The number. I had number 9 here somewhere, but let's do number 3. Maybe. Too big, it's too big, it's too big. But there are smaller numbers in these kits, so let's trim the edge of this. Put it right there. I need another leaf, maybe another leaf to lighten that up a little bit. And then let's now the easy way to add cheesecloth, friends, is to put it down before you put everything else down. But I tend to do it the more difficult way. Sometimes it comes to me later. But I've got this handy little tool here that I use with my die cuts, but it's got this little spatula thing that I'm just gonna scoot underneath here. Just gonna scoot that right under there, right under that pumpkin there. Put more glue over here on this side. You can ink that up too. I inked this one up a little bit. Let's put a little bit down here. Maybe I'll use the inked one, inked piece. This stuff just kind of pulls apart. And I think I'm going to put it down here underneath the squirrel. I'll have to check out front to see if my tree has any acorns on it yet. I could put some acorns on it. Light turned off. It's okay. Okay. Let's put a little. I'm gonna use a button. There are buttons in this in the kit. Actual button with a little bit of this fabric. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna fray this a little bit. Well, if I could cut straight, that would be good. It's another skill I just did not get was cutting straight. Nothing. I can't cut anything straight. Fray that up a little bit. Fold that over. We'll make that our little some Fabri-Tac. That's really hard to get out of the bottle. I don't have a lot of strength in my hands. There. But you know what I'm going to do? Because I like just making a big mess. I'm going to take more of this collage medium and put over this squirrel because it looks like I started to do that, or I, probably had it on my fingers. And there's like a little mark on this guy. That'll do. Now I could add it to the pumpkins, but well, why not? I mean, is it really crafting if you don't make a mess? Is it considered crafting if you don't make a big mess? I don't know. Now, I did avoid bringing my, doing the splattering. So, I mean, I did do it on the tag that I made already, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it on these. All right, that little guy. I have to cut some of that off. Foliage. Let's bring this one in. And I've got some bigger butterflies. Actually, that would be cute to actually be like the handle, or, you know, the top of the tag. But do we want like a little bit of fabric under it? I don't know. We can come back to that. But let's put, there's these cute deer. I don't really want to cover those up. Maybe we'll make this one a little simpler. Blessed autumn days. Or happy, thankful. I got foam on this one already. Happy, thankful, blessed. Let's just do it. Sometimes, like when you have a difficult time making a decision, you just got to do it. But you know what I am going to do? I think I'm going to put some of this cheesecloth down first, like you're supposed to. Let's put a little bit of this down. Let's pull it apart, a little bit of it, pull it apart. It's going to stick down with our sticky foam tape. Cover the squirrel up too much. There. Ink it a little bit. Pull it out. Oops. Not going to stick. Okay. Bunnies. There's bunnies in this kit. Maybe a smaller bunny. That'd be cute. Gotta have a bunny. Gotta have a bunny. Yes. Bunnies away. See our squirrel there. I don't think I want the leaf. Don't need another sentiment. This is neat. This little tag's in there. Just put some of that in there. A little bit of it out. Maybe some pumpkins. I think these lighter color pumpkins. Lighter. Nope. Let's add this third one in here. squirrel. No. I got some leftover mushrooms. Let's add a mushroom. I don't like that we're covering this squirrel's eye. Move that up a little bit. What about, I think there's some smaller buttons in this kit. I can find them. Circle. No. Oh, I forgot I had these little wood. I don't know how many years ago I got these. From, I think, Michael's or Hobby Lobby, one or the other. Let's do that. Where's that? I think that's the front. I don't know. I'm not sure which one's the front. These are big chunky tags. We're going to put the really big butterflies up here. Let's pop these up a little bit. Does it need maybe a piece of fabric under it? I mean, I guess we could put we could do it like that, but do we want that color? Or do we want orange? No. Stamp fabric. Let's do the stamps. This looks neat. Just gonna fray this a little bit. Actually, that's not very straight. Hold on. think I've got this a little bit too long. And butterflies, so cute. What do you guys think? And the squirrel. Getting the cheesecloth in the squirrel's face again. He's just gonna hide behind a little bit of it. How about that? I probably need another piece down here. Let's put another piece down there. Just tuck that under. There's that one. We've got one more. This one was the one we didn't put a backing to, or a larger tag, I should say, for the backing. So, can we keep it simple? Can we keep it simple, Kimberly? Don't know. We've got lots of pumpkins. That guy. I've got some of these tags left. That covers everything, huh? But I think there's some smaller. There's this one. I think there is an even smaller tag. Of course, it's in a big messy pile somewhere. Oh, did I find it? No. We already used a deer, although that does look cute there. There's the owl tag. Where are you? It's the little autumn girl that's in this collection that I really like. Oops. Little kids. Cute. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, there's one with the pumpkin too. I'm sorry. Is it distracting to have all this stuff around for you guys? Let me know. Because I am new at doing tutorials. Each one I try to get better, but of course my plan was to try to do like a 20-minute tutorial, but that didn't happen. This little autumn girl is so cute. I think we need to add her in there. And I like that. I like digitals that have the text and also the music in there. Maybe we could put this like this. And I'm trying to not hide this mushroom because I think it's cute, but yeah, it just might be that we have to do that. Mushroom just might get hidden. A tag on a tag on a tag. Maybe like that. More pumpkins. Maybe some leaves. And let's see. Grateful. Cozy. There's one that says cozy. Yeah, lots of sentiments in here. Cozy fall day. candy medley. I got this, I don't know what I punched that out of, but something. Smaller pumpkin. Leaf. Got the leaf over here. This pumpkin. No. Sometimes you just know right away, no, that's not going to work. Not going to work. Some leaves in the kit that have like writing on them. That's really neat. Got that in there too. Small pumpkin. There's a button as a top. All right. Let's just do it. Just glue it, put it down. Can I get part of the mushroom to show? Oh, I guess we're going to cover the mushroom. That's okay. I just will have to do another project with that pretty mushroom. Okay. And that was supposed to go underneath those. Leaves and no pumpkins. Do another leaf. I was going to do that one. Lots of fussy cuts in these kits. I mean, when it says mega, it is mega. Lots and lots. Nope, too big. Let's put this one. So you can still see the collaged background. That one. Owner tags. So you can see a little bit of the shimmer from the collage medium. Grateful. see, do we need anything else? Is that enough? I think I can hear you saying enough. Enough already. That butterfly looks so cute there. Let's put the butterfly on a little bit of foam tape. That's two. Just need a little piece here. Sticking to me right there. Nope. Nope. Try that again. The piece I took off was too big. Let's put I'm thinking a little piece of lace right here. Yep. Just a little something, a little texture. Okay. Can never tell which is the right side to these little lace pieces. It's like a little thing from the Dollar Tree. Okay. Little dot for our butterfly. And our button. Sorry, I'm so distracted by all this glue on my hands. I can't wait to wash my hands. Okay. Oh, let's do a little piece of fabric on this. So if you put this in a journal, you could add like a little pocket on the back here and put a little journal card. Let's put our little button. Yep, I need the Fabri-Tac because it's fabric. And one more thing. Just one more thing. Let's just ink the edges a little bit. Let's distress that a little bit. Oops. I've got this sticking to my finger. Yes, this is why glue is all over my fingers. Getting into it and I enjoy what I'm doing. So let me show you our tags. So here's the one with the squirrel. I think I might add a little bit of, okay, just one more thing. Glossy accents to the eyes. Do I have glossy accents here? I do. Let's gloss up his little eyes. Just shine up his eyes. Now it's not dry now, so you won't see the full effect, but I will post these on Instagram. And so when you see them on my Instagram, which is DailyDoseofHoppiness, the eyes will be dry. So we have our little squirrel, our little happy, thankful, blessed with the butterfly, our little other little autumn girl, and then the kit also has a couple pieces with Halloween, and of course there's a bunny in there, even though the bunny's scared. So I had to make one with those with that. So I made that one too. And This is the one that I had also made with the little deer. And then I'm just going to show you this last thing I made. I made a little frame. I took some of the cardboard that I had and I die cut because I don't cut very straight with an X-Acto knife. And I collaged some of the smaller little journal cards that are in the kit that are like this. I used the smaller ones and I just collaged around the edges, and then this Hoot for Owl coffee was in there, and so I made a little frame, which I think I'll use for a project for maybe a little folio I'll make. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe and like and send me a comment. And thank you, and have a good day, and let me know, tag me in Instagram if you make a collage tag with your scraps. So thanks again. Don't forget to check in the description code for the 40% off coupon that's good until September 10th for the Junk Journal Studio. Have a good day.